working, and they just put it on the table and look at me and go, look, we know you work for the BBC. It's a weird thing to keep reoccurring. You know, hopefully it's not some sort of premonition.
On October the 21st, 2007, my double life begins. My stomach's in knots.
This is it. This is it. I'm on the train to Darlington, about 10 minutes away. You have to get the coach, about an hour to catch at Garrison. And I walk through the gates, start my life in the army. I said bye to my mum and my sister this morning. I just had to give them a hug and I couldn't speak. This is the start of a new chapter now. This is the beginning.
This is Darlington. The next stop will be Durham.
It's a struggle hiding my nerves from the other recruits. I'm carrying secret cameras. If we're searched on the way in, I could be exposed. There's no turning back. I take in the stark reality of where I'll be living for the next 6 months. I'm now one of the 3,000 infantry recruits who train here every year. There's no search. My secret cameras are safe. But I'm still worried they'll give me away. So I decide to use the camera in my mobile phone instead to film my new life. No one notices because all the lads have mobiles. I don't know it now, but I couldn't make this film without mine.
What a really long first day. It was 5:10. And we're still going. I passed my medical. Got a military haircut. Been issued lots and lots of kids do on the other way.
A store cupboard is the only place I can find to record and send video messages. It's a risk, but I need to let the rest of the team know what's happening. In uniform for the first time, the enormity of what I'm taking on sinks in. I'm not just in the army, I belong to it. My personal freedom and privacy are gone. I join a training platoon called King's 8, or K8 for short. There are 33 of us, split into 3 sections. Each one is led by a corporal. We call them section commanders. They have 6 months to turn us into frontline soldiers. That's how long I've got to carry out my investigation. 2 other platoons started at the same time as us. P6, the Prince of Wales, and another, which I can't name for legal reasons.
I'm a soldier. I'm a soldier. I'm a soldier.
Training is full on, and I'm knackered. I'm being filmed for the army as part of a video keepsake for recruits. Off duty, it's full on too. The youngest lads in my platoon are 17. It's the first time most of them have been away from home. None of us are prepared for the army's regime of military discipline. It's simple. If we mess up, we get punished. The army calls it negative reinforcement.
We just marched back from dinner, and probably we did march back very well. So we don't forget out of our combat, forget into our drill kit in 5 minutes. Then we had to get into our PK in 5 minutes. To get into our drill kit again in 5 minutes. So that's rages, and then finally had to get back into our PK in 2 minutes. Very said we missed him about, so he messed up about. So after that, I think all the matches properly.
This is bayonet training. Being shouted and sworn at loudly and often by the training staff comes with the territory here, but it can feel intimidating.
The opportunity to shout about from 2 boys. And one of them, he said, I think I'm stupid. If he does stop messing about, I'll give fucking head off.
But we're disciplined most with bouts of exercise, sit-ups, press-ups and running. The army calls it physical punishment. We call it beasting. It's supposed to push us hard, but not harm us.
Just had the breakfast this morning. And we were playing out and we saw a lot of workers outside of the cigarette. And then we told us that they got brought back in. We got a lot of physical punishment. One man brought the breakfast back up, but he was not supposed to after that. They were going to carry on for about 10-15 minutes.
Training, discipline, and how instructors behave are all governed by Army guidelines and regulations. Corporals must treat us fairly and with respect. They're not allowed to hit or bully us. But by day 9 of training, we hear the rules already appear to have been broken in another platoon. I can't name the platoon or its corporals for legal reasons.
We've just been told by Corporal that we're getting a bit lucky at the minute because 2 lads in the rifle platoon have been battered by their second commanders and put in the med centre. So we think we're getting lucky at the minute, and I'll try and see what's happened to these other 2 lads in the rifle platoon.
It's the first sign of discipline turning violent. I send a report by text message and hide a note in my diary. I need to keep a written record, but my stuff can be searched at any time. I have to find a way to speak to recruits in this other platoon, but for the first 6 weeks, corporals escort us everywhere. The only chance I get is in the canteen, and I take it. I found out there's only 1 recruit involved, not 2.
At breakfast, I actually managed to speak to someone who was in the platoon who witnessed what happened between the corporal and the recruit. I got told off talking to him, but it wasn't too bad. And what he said that he saw was the recruit was mad enough and he actually punched the corporal first. The corporal then retaliated and punched him a few times in the jaw.
Because I can't name him, I'll call him Corporal A. I can't find out if any action has been taken against him.
That is good work.
Back in our platoon, we're getting another dose of negative reinforcement. This is how our corporals punish us for not locking kit away. It's an easy mistake to make when we're ordered out the door at a moment's notice. It's one I can't afford to make with secret cameras in my cupboard. But it's not just the cameras I have to worry about.
We're in the line before, and that's where we're walking. Corporal was talking to a couple of the corporals who had never met. And as we're all going, he was then telling them a little bit about just a little bit of a joke around and he got to me. And he was like, oh, this guy, he's some sort of government experiment. Because I was like, oh, he agreed. And then he said, surprise notes about the guy and stuff. But I kind of laughed along like, but it was a little bit uncomfortable because he came very close to the truth.
Too close. If I'm not careful, they'll suss me out. To keep my head down and work hard to fit in, I need people to see what I want them to see.
Concentrate really hard, make sure you put it in your
Got it. Big smile on
Alright,
out of the way.
let's go. Here somewhere. Ready?
Oh my word. How to do it? How to do it?
Shit!
How do you do it?
I joined up to investigate bullying, but when I hear about racism, I pursue that too. During a lesson in our first week, the platoon commander tells us the army is a racist organisation. He says it's committed to changing,